All right. Welcome in, everybody. Got a little listing live. I told you guys last night that we're going to come out to the garage and take some photos. Hopefully my mic setup is working a-okay. Let me know if there's any issues with it. I kind of had to rig a setup out here tonight. So I have literally stuff everywhere behind here. So that way you guys can get a clear view of what I'm doing. We're going to take photos in the light box. And then you see right down here, there's another little light box that I'm going to be taking photos with. I do have my laptop over here. So if you see me looking off to the right-hand side, it's because I'm looking at chat, try to pay attention to the camera, but from time to time, I'll be looking over there and seeing what you guys are saying. But yeah, should be a pretty fun live. I'm only going to take photos of 5 items. I need to figure out how to make this setup more efficient. Before I used to use my phone, do it on TikTok Live, and I would literally just have one camera. But now I have a webcam, I have a computer, I have a mic set up, I have lights all around me. So that way you guys can get a clear view of what I'm doing. So yeah, replay of 2022. Exactly. So you guys will be able to see exactly how I do it. You'll see all the products I use, the light box. I am going to make a full YouTube video that'll be a lot more clear on what I'm doing. You'll be able to see the whole setup. Tonight you'll be able to see it too, but it's going to be a little difficult with the current setup that I have. But I plan to make a full YouTube video on how I take photos and all that good stuff. So, hey, I have the same hoodie. So do I. Let's go. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I got the mic all rigged up tonight too. What's up? Lantum? What's up, Lantum? Welcome in. But yeah, we got YouTube and Facebook running right now. So feel free to ask questions while I'm taking photos. Again, 5 items. I grabbed some shirts and I grabbed some pants. So you guys will see exactly how I take photos of like the 2 different type of items. So I'm even wearing it right now. Yeah, it's not that hot out here tonight, but or it's not that cold out here tonight. But it is a little tiny bit chilly. So that's why I got the hoodie on. I used it last night too. So let's go ahead and get started with the first item. And it's just going to be a basic Ralph Lauren shirt. You guys see me list these all the time. I sell these like bread and butter. So I figured this would be a good item to kind of show how we take photos of. So first things first, we're going to take our cover photos. And the way we take our cover photos is we actually take them inside this little light box. We are in the garage. Yes, we moved our setup back out into the whatnot shows. So I actually don't take photos. Oh, I'm losing connection. Hold on a second. There we go. Now we're back. Sorry if I lose connection. I apologize. It should just pop right back on. When I lose connection, it keeps popping in and out right now. So if I have to, I'll move the laptop a little closer. But anyways, take photos right down here. Move the setup in the garage. We started doing whatnot shows, and Mom actually takes all of our photos now. I really don't take any photos. So this is like first time I've taken photos, and probably like, I want to say it's been, I don't know. Well, I took photos of the North Face jacket the other day, but I rarely take photos anymore. It's probably been a year since I've actually had to take photos of our own listings and stuff, or our own products. So first things first, I usually don't kneel down to take photos either. And I don't have Mom kneel down to take photos, but I'm working with a limited setup today. So first thing we do is we throw our items in a light box like this. And then we take a close-up photo and we make sure the item looks super nice, flat lay. It's just supposed to be the product cover photo. So I lay it down in the light box just like this. Come in here. The key is to put your phone on square mode. So what I do, I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the iPhone at the bottom, you're going to hit the little triangle at the top, and then you're going to come down and hit square, and then it's going to square up your phone just like that. And now you're in 1x1. So that's exactly what you want to take photos with. Make your listings look really nice on eBay. And then we're going to come in at an angle just like this. And we're going to snap our cover photo and all of our product photos. So I'm going to come in just like this. Boom. Come in and take a photo of the tag. I'm going to take a photo of the fabric tag, which is on the back side of this. I'm just going to do a little close up. And then I'll probably just throw a photo of the pony at the very front. And then this is what the photos look like. So that, I could actually do a little bit better on that cover photo. I probably will delete it because that's a little. There we go. Are we back? I don't know why I'm losing connection so much out here. I don't know if I can move my computer to the other side and then maybe I won't lose connection as much. Sorry, chat. Let me move it. Let me see if I move it over here. But I won't be able to read chat. That's the only bad part. This is so much easier to do on a phone because on a phone, I don't have to worry about, here, give me a second, chat. We're going to figure out the setup one way or another. All right, let me put this stuff back there. And let me put this right here. Yeah, we're back now. I'm just trying to move my laptop so that way I can read chat. That should be a little closer to the router too. So you're having flashbacks? Let's go. All right, so now we're back. Tag photos. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to move that out of the way. That way it's not blinding. So we have the back tag photo right there. We have the pony logo right there. We have the inner tag photo, and then I'm actually going to retake this one because I think that one, even though it looks decent, I can do a lot better than that. So we're going to delete it. This is me. This is rookie me because I haven't done these photos in a while. So let's do this really quick. I want to try to get the pony in there, but I also want to make it look good. I don't know if the pony's just not going to see it. This photo would look amazing, but I need to show the pony. So that might be the best I can do right there. Yeah, it's okay. That's going to be the cover photo for this item right there. Easy peasy. Freezing on my end, I guess. No, it's not your end. It's my end. It's my end for the freezing because I'm out in the garage. That's the only downfall to being out in the garage as opposed to being back inside is out here. I always lose connection, like all the time. For some reason, my phone keeps connection, but the actual laptop does not. So every time I come out here with my laptop, I always lose it. And I do have a Wi-Fi booster, and even the Wi-Fi booster, I still lose connection out here. All right, so those are my close-up photos. Really easy to do. And then we're going to throw this on a hanger. And we're going to take our hanging photos. When I move to the new house, I'm actually going to change my setup to surf setup, where it's just one board, so I can take photos a lot easier and a lot faster. But for now, I got to work with what I have, which is this big light box. But the good thing about this light box is it does give really, really nice photos. So what I do is I just hang the item up like that. And I come in and take a full front and full back. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, me taking the photos, but I'll try my best to get these photos in there. Take it like that. We're going to flip it. Should stay pretty much even. And then we're just going to snap that photo and then we're done. If I wasn't playing around with the computer, it'd only take me a couple seconds to take all those photos. Those close-up angles better for cover photos? Yes. If you go look at my eBay store, all of them are taken the same exact way. They're all close-up cover photos. I try to take them all close-up because they look better that way. What's up, Liv? What's the advantage of that hanger? The hanger is called a flat lay hanger. So it looks like your item's laying flat as opposed to being droopy. So that is I'm trying to show it a little bit better. That's going to be my full front photo. It looks a lot better on my phone too. I know it's coming through kind of blurry on the camera, but that's my full front and that's my full back. So we have the cover photo. That's that photo right there. Cover photo for the item. The pony logo. The tag photo. And then the other tag photo that shows the size. Easy peasy. Again, if I had if I didn't have to show this on live, it usually takes only like 30 seconds to snap all these photos and they come out nice and crispy. Do you show your photos after you list it? So I have a 1 terabyte iPhone. I don't really have to get rid of any of my photos. I literally have all of my old TikTok live thrifts on here. I have tons of photos, tons of videos, and I still have tons of space left. So I really don't have to delete anything. How do you prep before pictures? Is there a way to double check spots you missed? So usually when I'm taking photos in here, that's when I'm looking for spots because this is going to tell you where all your spots are. It's really, really close up. It gives really good pictures of everything and you'll be able to see all the stains. So if anything is stained, you'll catch it usually in here. And that's when it's like, damn, I wish I would have saw that in the thrift store. What are the discounts views? Matt, I didn't pull the trigger when I got, oh yeah, the flat lay hanger. Yeah, Trisha's going to be making more of those. I know Trisha's going to be making more of those. Let me move this over here. So next up, we're going to take a picture of some pants. Let me just set them up in this light box first, and then I'll bring you guys down here. And then from here, I'll probably just take photos in the bigger light box so you guys can kind of see. Cha-ching. You guys are my good luck charm. That's the second night in a row that I've been out here making sales. All right, let me undo this. The phone is so much easier. Next time I might do this on the phone. I just figured the actual webcam would be better view for you guys, but to be honest, moving it around is probably not the best for your visual. The measurements are all in the description, so I don't do any measurements inside the light box because I would be holding up. Basically, is what it would look like is my arm and a measuring stick. I can't really take measurements in here because it's too small. The only other spot I can take measurements is on the floor, but then they'll see my garage floor. So it wouldn't really work. So all my measurements are in the description. When I move to Surf's setup, that's when I will put all of my measurements in the actual photos because his setup is pretty much set up to do that. I feel like some of these LEDs in here are not as bright as they used to be. I might order another one of these because it's a little dim in here. All right, I'm going to take all my tag photos while I'm in here. And all I really need to do is take a photo of the FootJoy and a photo of this tag because it says the length, the width, and then what the item is made out of. And then from here, I'm going to use a regular hanger. So you guys will see that in just a second. Let me bring you guys back. See how dirty my floor is? Boom, boom. Yeah, the hanger's really nice. Trisha makes a good hanger. Okay. And now I'm not going to use Trisha's hanger for the pants. I'm going to use this hanger for the pants. Obviously, that's a pants hanger. It'll look a lot better. And you guys will see exactly how I take photos inside the light box with pants. Usually I have to take 2 full fronts and 2 full backs because if I took a full front, it would show the sides of the walls, and I don't really want it to show the sides of the walls. So I usually have to split these into 2, a full front and a full back. Boom. See, you guys can see that. That's good. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. This is the first. Actually, I might be able to get all this in there. Oh, it's going to be tight. That should be fine. I'm going to figure out how to make this setup a little bit better. So that way you guys can visually see everything that's going on a little bit better. But for right now, this is the first one of these lives. So it might be a little choppy. I do have a Wi-Fi booster, and I might try to move it out here. So that way you guys can have the stream without it lagging or anything like that. How do we get the hanger? Trisha makes the hanger. Trisha's in the chat right now. She's probably listening. Whenever she releases the hanger, I put them on my page, and I basically say, hey, she's only got 10 hangers. Make sure you go buy them. So next time she releases them, I'll let you guys know. She's in the chat right there. She's on Facebook right now. We wash items with stains or bad smells. Do you fold your pants? Yes. So the 9x12 bags, if you fold your pants into thirds, so basically we take the pants like this and we fold them like this, and then we'll fold them into thirds. So 1 and then 2, and then that's how your pants should look right there. And those just slide right into the bags. Easy peasy. When are you moving? Sometime summertime. I'm sold out of the hangers right now, but we'll post here when they're available again. Yeah, I think she sold out in like 2 days. So if you guys need a hanger, as soon as she posts them, you guys need to buy them because they always sell out. Let's see. So cover photo for the pants. That's going to be my cover photo. Again, the light looks a little dim in here for some reason. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I got the overhead light on. Usually I have all the lights off, and that won't make this shadow. But the reason you're seeing that shadow is because the overhead light's on. That's why. 2, FootJoy logo. 3, there's your full front. It shows a little bit of the side right there, and I don't really like that, but I'll probably just keep it. Doesn't really matter. And then your full back. That's all you have to do. What kind of material is that box? Does it reflect the light? So the light box actually has the silver reflective on the side, so the light just bounces around inside the box. This is linked in my products we use on a daily basis section in my link tree. So if you want to buy it, it's in there. It's a 6-foot light box to walk in. It gets you really, really good photos. They're not turning out as good as they usually do, again, because I have an overhead light on. Usually I keep this room pitch black when I'm taking photos. Makes them look really, really crispy. If you guys want to see what my photos usually look like, just go to my eBay store and all my photos of all my items are listed there. Another pair of FootJoy golf pants. And I'm going to take these. I'll do it on camera. It's fine. I'll keep moving you guys back and forth. Boom. Slide this down. How much are hangers? I think she has them at $50. And then I have a code for the District app. If you use my code, I think you get $5 off your purchase. So you get it for $45 plus shipping. But the hangers will last forever. I've only had to get a new one after like 2 years of using it. They're really, really good. So, and they're also a business expense. So you can just write them off as a business expense. And trust me, they'll make your photos look really good. You'll see in just a second. I'm going to take some more photos of some shirts. I wanted to make sure I took photos of shirts, pants, a little bit of everything. This does have a little spot on the front. So I'm going to take a photo of that little spot. I might try to wash that because it looks like it'll come out. Yeah, when we move, I'm not going to use the booth. If you guys have seen Surf's video and his setup, I'm going to use his setup. So his setup is just basically a square board that he mounts to the wall. And then he does all of his measuring, his photos, all that good stuff right on the board. Makes life a lot easier. Move you guys down again. Yeah, 50 plus shipping. We got the light boxes because of Kayla, and we love it. There you go. Why is this not focusing? Come on. There we go. I haven't used this webcam ever. I bought it for the morning lives, and then I figured that I would just use the webcam that's in my computer. So I've never, ever used this webcam before. So getting used to the webcam too. I'll say it's a good webcam, but to be honest, using the phone is much easier for these. And I feel like the actual video quality is better on the phone too, for some reason. This does have a small spot on the back pocket too, I'm just noticing. So I'm going to take a close-up of that. And I'm going to throw these to be washed. And most likely both of those spots will come out. What do you use to remove stains? We have just OxyClean spray is what we use. How many listings do you post a day on average? 20 to 30 per day. Over the last week, we've been doing 20 per day. I even did some over the weekend too. So we try to be consistent with listing. All right. Let's take photos of this carbon to cobalt. This is a men's carbon to cobalt sweater. It's a nice long sleeve sweater. I'm going to set it up in the light box really quick, and I'm going to bring you guys down here with me. For those of you just hopping in and you haven't seen a photo of a sweater or a shirt yet, this is how we get those nice close-up photos of those. Seems a bit light. Work harder. Wait, I've seen it. Seems like the lights would be harder to get right now. Like the lights on the inside of the light box. No, they're really easy to set up. So the lights on the inside of the light box, there is 8 lights. The only bad thing is they each require a plug. So you have to get like one of those bricks to plug all your plugs in. Does drafting take longer than pictures? Yes. Usually mom comes out here in the morning and she takes all the photos and she does it within like an hour. So for 20 to 30 listings, she does the photos in an hour. And then the rest of the day, she's doing drafts and helping out with other stuff. Oh, surf setup. What was your question again? Seems like the lights would be hard to get right. Yeah. So the surf setup would be, so you have to play around with the lights. You got to buy good lights with his setup. And then you have to mount them correctly too. So depending on where we put it in the house will depend on how we mount those lights. So this shirt or this sweater, I only have to take 2 photos in the light box. And here's the reason why. That's going to be my cover photo. That's my cover photo. And then that's my tag photo. And the reason I only have to take one, I know it's a little hard to see on camera, because it has the size and it has what the item is made out of right there on the tag. So I only have to take 2 photos inside here, and then I'll only have to take 2 photos inside the light box. Just had my first eBay sale in a long time. Label came as a QR code. I'm confused. You have your shipping settings set to send you a QR code. You have to change it within your eBay settings. So your QR code, the reason it sends you a QR code is because with those, you can just take those directly to the post office. The post office scans those QR codes and they give you the label right there. Baking soda and vinegar. Yeah, I've heard that too for stains. I've heard that too. All right. So flat lay hanger, we're just going to hang it up like this. Make it look nice. Again, it makes it look like it's laying flat even though it's hanging up. And I like the aesthetic it gives the item too. Makes the photos like pop. You could technically use these as your cover photos, but I like the close-up as my cover. I'll show you guys what these look like in just a second. The good thing is, ever since I moved the laptop over there, you guys haven't lagged at all. So that's a bonus. Looks like I have to keep my laptop that close to my door, otherwise we'll lag. Are you able to take FedEx ground economy package to USPS? No, that goes to FedEx. 2 different services. 2 completely different services. So you do all your photos, and then after you do the actual listings, we do all the drafts first. Mom basically drafts everything for the day before she leaves, and then the first thing she does in the morning is she takes photos of everything that she drafted the previous day. That's how she does it. And then everything's ready for me to list. So when I wake up in the morning, if I already had items in the draft bank, I already have stuff to list. And if I didn't, then she just took photos of like 30 items for me to list at that point. So then I just wake up in the morning and I put those live. I need a beginner's guide. I'm going to make YouTube videos. This whole setup, I'm going to make a video on, and it's going to look a lot better than this. At least you guys are being able to come here live and ask questions. But when I actually take the video of this, I'll probably have the camera like way high, so that way you guys can see the whole process and everything. How do you give the customer a full refund, including eBay fees? You just send a full refund on eBay. They're not getting charged eBay fees. You are as a seller. So you can send them a full refund with taxes and their shipping. As soon as you hit send full refund, that's what they do. You are the one paying eBay fees though, not the buyer. Buyer pays taxes. I'm going to show you the photos of this item that I just took. Again, there's my cover photo. Again, I could have done a little bit better with that one. I'm a rookie. I haven't done these photos in forever. There's my tag photo. See how it says the size and then everything, all the fabrics. So I only have to do 1 photo for the inside, not 2. And then there's my full front. And there's my full back. And again, it looks a lot better on the actual camera than it does from camera to camera, but you guys get the idea. Hi from Australia. Let's go. What's up, Australia? I've been doing my drafts and then taking pictures. I'm going to try that next. Yeah, either way, whatever makes easier for you. You don't have to do it my way, but as long as you know, what I would suggest is I've always done my drafts first and then my photos last. I know some people that prefer to do their photos first, because if they're ever like on the road, they have all their photos in their camera roll and then they can create the drafts off of their photos. So that's really smart too. It just depends on how you do your business and when you're actually doing your listings. If you're doing listings at work, if you work a full-time job, you might want to take your photos first, because when you're on lunch break, you can create your drafts from your photos and put listings live while you're on lunch. So that's a good idea too. Howdy from New York. What's up, New York? All right, we got one more item to take photos of. I wanted to keep this live kind of short because I wanted to play around with the setup, and I think I'm going to move some stuff around next time we do this. And I might do it on the phone because the phone's so much easier. Because I only need 1. Right now I'm using 2 stands. I've got this wire rigged to go up top, so that way I don't run into it. So yeah, I'm going to figure all this out so I can make this a little bit better. I photo outdoors. Good idea. Photoing outdoors is actually really good because natural light is the best light to give your items. So if you have the opportunity, do that. If you work, let's say you work during the day. Let's say you work all day and you get home and it's 5 o'clock at night and the sun's going down and you have to make dinner for your kids. then taking photos outside won't really work. So that's why it's set up like this works, because you can use this any day, any time of the day. You can come out here in the middle of the night. You can come in here in the middle of the day. I love having this setup. And again, this setup's going to be gone as soon as we move into our new house. I'm going to use Surf setup. So his square board with like a piece of carpet on top. Snap your photos that way because it saves time, because I don't have to put my measurements in my listing. I can actually just take a photo of a measuring stick on top of my item. That's what I really want to do. Save so much time. Did you always draft first? I've always draft first. Always. Who can I message about? Question regarding Nifty question. If you enter cost of goods in the item details, does it generate in your inventory? And do you need to add it to your inventory also? You don't have to add cost of goods into your inventory when you list, but it does benefit you because when an item sells, it uses that cost of goods that you put in to your analytics. So if you put your cost of goods as $8 for an item that you sold for 25, when it does all of your analytics and all of your fee breakdown and gives you your profit and loss, your actual cost of goods will also be imported. If you don't do it that way, you got to go manually and put all of those in. So I would suggest if you have time to do that, then do it that way. I usually have my cost of goods in my SKU. So all I do every morning when I make sales is I just edit my cost of goods. And if I sold 10 items, it takes me like 2 minutes to do that. So either way works. When somebody asked, when am I moving? Teach, you asked me again. We're moving probably midsummer, sometime midsummer. We haven't bought a new house yet. No, this is out in the garage. This is the same garage setup that you guys were out here last night. It's just I got the light box on this time. Any way to upload eBay photos to listings faster? I use an iPhone 14 Pro Max and it still feels slow. I use an iPhone too. I don't think it's too slow. While your listings are uploading, you can always get out of that listing and start uploading the next listing, and it will still upload behind you. So that's usually what mom does. She'll start uploading the first listing, go out, start the next one, upload those photos, go out. By the time she's done with her 20th listing, they're all imported, and then she just goes and leaves them for me to list. She doesn't actually list any of those. All right, last photo that we're going to take. It's going to be this marmot shirt. So again, I just flat lay the item, make it look nice. Usually this is a lot higher. I just did a quick setup so that way I can have this so you guys can see it. So I make sure it's nice and flat, come in here, and my cover photo is always that right there. I always take it at an angle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's at an angle, and I take it from up above. Boom. You could also take photos. There's ways to make your items look really nice. So I'm going to take a couple different photos of the item. You can even take this as a cover photo. I'm going to take this while I'm already in here. What's another way I can do a cover photo? I used to do them a couple different ways. You can also do it straight on if you wanted to. Like that. There's a loose string in there I got to cut after I get back inside. But here, I'll give you guys some examples of some cover photos that you can use. This is our cover photo. Sorry, I'm trying to match it up. Here, let me turn this way. That's the way we take our cover photo right there. You can use that as a cover photo. So you see how nice that looks? I might actually start changing my cover photos to that because that looks really, really nice. That can be your cover photo. So just an image of the actual Marmot logo. The only issue with this is it actually doesn't show what your item is. So when somebody's scrolling through eBay, if they're looking for a short sleeve shirt, this doesn't give any detail. This also doesn't give any detail. This gives a lot more detail to what it is. Button front, but that is actually a really good photo too. I know there's a lot of people out there that use that cover photo. And then the only other photo I have to take in here is the tag photo. So I have to get the fabric contents, which is on the second tag. So I'm going to come in here and take a photo just like that. The tag photos don't have to look nice at all. You're just getting information to the buyer. So just snap a photo that you can see all the information. Look how dirty that ground is. I need to clean up in here. I'm surprised mom is working out here with that mess. There we go. What are they doing? The clothing? When are they doing the clothing change? I thought it was tomorrow. I thought somebody in my live yesterday said it was happening on Tuesday. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I think it's Tuesday, right? I thought you had to wait for them to actually upload before you're able to go back. I don't think so. Again, mom has done all of our drafts and all of our photos for like the last year and a half. So I really haven't uploaded any photos, but before I used to be able to do it. So maybe it's changed, but before I used to just upload them and then move to the next one. Do you steam your stuff? No. So none of these have been steamed. You can even see a little bit of wrinkles down here, but none of this has been steamed. As soon as we bring it in, we flat lay it. So we put it basically, is that like lopsided? I want to make sure you guys get a good view. There we go. So what we do is we bring all of our items in to the house, and then we lay them all flat on a table, one on top of another on top of another. And then usually by the time we're getting ready to list them, they've been sitting there for long enough that all the wrinkles come out. So this shirt has been sitting on a table for 3 days now. And as you can see, there's like no wrinkles on it. So I don't have to do any like extra steaming or anything like that. I hate doing all that extra work. I want to make sure it's as fast as I possibly can get these items up. So if I was sitting here steaming it, making it look beautiful, that's a lot of wasted time. So if you flat lay it, you just lay it flat on a surface and stack items one on top of another, the items will look good. If you get them home that same day and those are the only items you have to list, then yeah, I could see why you would have to steam those. But to be honest, you know what I would do? I would throw those items in the dryer. I just throw them in the dryer for like 10 minutes and then that would be the end of that. And then now my items are nice and flat. That is a nice shirt. It's a marmot shirt. Nice one. It's got a little marmot hit right there on the back. I took a photo of that, so I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like too. And then I'll answer some questions, and then I'll probably do more photos on the next live. I just kind of wanted to test this one out, so that's why this one's a little bit shorter than usual. Usually, so if you guys remember my TikTok days, those of you who remember me from the TikTok lives, I used to be out here for like 2-3 hours taking photos every single night. 2-3 hours. No washing before listing. The only time we wash items if they have stains or bad smells. That's it. And I know I'm going to get somebody in the comments saying eBay says you have to wash all your items. What if the person donated the item out of their clean laundry and then it immediately got put out on the floor? Is it now clean? Because it was washed. So clearly it's clean, right? Most of the items you find at thrift stores are coming from people's clean closets and not their dirty laundry. And usually if they come from their dirty laundry, you can tell they came from their dirty laundry. Again, that's like, I don't know why it's not zooming in. I think it's because my face is behind it. Come on. Come on. Did you make your hanger? No, Trisha made the hanger. I'm trying to make this zoom in. Boom. Now you guys can see it better. It's because my face was behind it. Just trying to focus. That's the cover photo. I'm not going to use that as my cover photo, even though that one's a good one. Has your tag photo in there. You could use this as your cover photo too. I was just trying to take examples of cover photos. That's my inside tag photo. It just has what the item is made out of right there. That's all you really need. So you don't get those questions. And then there is my full front and there's my full back. I could have made that a little bit better too, but I was kind of speeding through it. How late am I? You're a little late, but the good thing is you can rewatch this at any time. So I'm going to do more of these lives. Like I said, I just have to figure out the setup and how we're going to make this work. I hate that I have to keep looking over here because I feel like I'm not paying attention to you guys, but I am. Trust me, I'm looking at the screen over here, trying to read what you guys are saying. I'd love to have it to where, see, before when you're on your phone, this whole setup, the chat's below the actual camera. So it looks like I'm always paying attention to you guys, which is really good. But right now I have to look off to the side. So are we going to be able to do bulk changes? That I don't know. I don't know any of the specifics on it. So I'm hoping, I'm almost certain they're going to have a way to do bulk changes. It'd be really stupid to implement this and then have us go through each and every one of our listings and add a condition filter to it. So I'm almost assuming that they're going to have some way to bulk edit all of your conditions. But again, you got to be very careful with that, because if you don't remember if one of your items is flawed and then you put it as excellent condition or whatever excellent condition is for them, and you don't put it as poor condition, then you might get a return and then you might get like a defect because you used the wrong one. So you might have to individually go through all of your listings, and then, because I have 2,000 listings, for me to remember what items had flaws on them and what don't would take a very, very long time. It would be almost impossible. So I probably missed what you said about measurements. We take all of our measurements beforehand when we're doing our drafts. All of our measurements are put into our listings. So yes, it is a lot faster to take your photos of your measurements. That's why when I move to the new house, I'm going to switch to Surf setup, because his setup, you just basically lay a ruler or one of the reseller rulers on top of the item, and you just snap a photo, which is way faster. This setup takes better photos, but it also takes longer to do your measurements in the beforehand. So yeah, that's why I'm going to switch to his setup. I like his setup a lot better. I just can't do it in this house because if we're moving in like 2-3 months, I don't want to have a whole setup made and then have to like rip it all down when I already have a setup already out here. So let me make sure I didn't miss anybody really quick. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop in the chat. I always try to wash clothes before I donate them. Yeah, most people are donating their clean clothes, not their dirty clothes. The hanger is Trisha Smith's hanger. So this hanger right here, everybody's asking about the hanger. I always post these as soon as she has these available. She lists them in the List It platform, and then I share it to you guys with a direct link for checkout. They always sell out within a day or two. So this is just the flat lay hanger. It's made out of wood. A normal hanger ends about right here. This one stretches out, so that way when you hang your items up, the shoulders don't droop. They come outwards a little bit, and it makes your photos look really good. So as soon as she has more of those available, I'll let you guys know. But for now, she is completely sold out. eBay says you have to wash your items. Let me see. You can take your photos with a ruler using the box. No, so let me show you guys what it would look like. I get that question a lot too. Like, why don't you just take a photo with your ruler that you have? But it would be impossible because this is what it would look like. Let's say this shirt right here. I need to take a measurement of this shirt. The ruler has to sit here, right? The ruler has to sit here. Actually, I'd have to do it on the other side because I'm right-handed. So I have to take my photos with this hand. Hopefully you guys can see this. And I'd have to hold the ruler out like this. So you'd always have a photo of my hand in the actual box. So that's why you can't really use a ruler with this setup. That's why surf setup is better, because you lay the ruler. The ruler won't fall, obviously, because it's laying flat. And then you just take a surface photo of your measurements. And that way you don't have to put them in your listing. Skincare routine. Just doing phone first and then create. Whoops, I pressed iMovie. You guys want to see iMovie? Yes, I do photos first and then create from the phone. Yeah, that's a good method too. Like I said, if you're on the road, if you work a full-time job and you do your listings when you're on lunch break, you'd want to do your photos beforehand because you can create your listings without having to have your items there. We do all of our photos. We do all our drafts first and our photos second because we always take our photos at home. And now we have mom listing for us, so we don't have to worry about it. Can you turn around again? No, but you can go rewatch it, Surfs, and then take a screenshot and put it as your screensaver and then send it to me. That's why I use a foam board at an angle. Yeah, I guess you could do that. We've always just put them in our description. We haven't had any issues with that. Thankful for you guys and your tips. Appreciate you guys being here. Again, I'm going to try to figure out how to make this setup a little bit better. I don't really have, I used to have this whole area set up to take photos and have lives out here, but we've since like demolished that. Like if I show you guys what the actual garage looks like, you won't be able to see it too much, but I have like 3 racks over here set up for whatnot shows. Like this is how much, I only have a 1-car garage. So all of our eBay inventory is all out here, racked up. I have racks back there and a shelf back there, and that's it. You can see my garage door is literally right there. Before, I used to have a lot more space out here, but since we started doing more whatnot shows, the racks take up a lot of the room, and I can't take them apart and put them back together because it's just too much time wasted. So yeah, I'll figure out how to make this setup a little bit better for you guys. So do you handle all of the day eBay item specifics they ask for? No, I don't put in all the eBay item specifics, only the recommended. Mom does the drafts as she's doing the drafts and she's scrolling through. If she has any that she can just click on really quick and add for the recommended, then she'll do that. But we don't fill out hardly any of the recommended when we're doing it. We just do the required because you can't actually list the item until you put in all the required anyway. No, this is not climate controlled. That's one reason why we use these bags to put our eBay inventory away in. By the way, we just condensed inventory out here and it looks beautiful. So tightly packed in here. Kayla did like half and then I did half. So the reason why we use these clear bags, 1, it makes the shipping look really nice. When the person receives the item, it looks professional. 2, when the item is stored like this, I don't have to worry about any humidity, any damage, any mildew to the items. I've stored items out here for 2, sometimes 3 years. When I first started selling, I was picking up really bad buys, and those items have never had issues with mildew. I've never had a return for that. So that's why we use these clear bags. These are always linked in my link tree that is in my pinned post on Facebook or in my bio on YouTube. You can click that, and then you go to my products I use on a daily basis. All those clear bags are linked there. No, never had an issue. I know a lot of people would assume that that would cause an issue, but no, it doesn't cause any issues with the items at all. January is my best month ever. Let's go, Jared. Let's go. January is pretty good for me too. I had some good sales, and February is starting to look pretty good too. I've had some really good sales in the beginning, the last 2 days, 3 days. It's 3 days into February, right? Yeah. I'm just getting started. Got some free packages here. Let me grab my computer. That way I can actually read and be in front of you guys. Just started, got some free packages from the post office today. What sort of packing supplies do I need to purchase from eBay? So if you have a store, you get a quarterly coupon where you get free shipping supplies. I don't know, since you just first started, you probably don't have the store subscription. But what I would say is don't buy your shipping supplies on eBay. Buy your shipping supplies on Amazon or a supplies website, because usually they're a lot cheaper. I have the plastic bags that I use, the colored ones. I have a link in my pin post, also in my link tree. Click on that. You go to gyropack.com and use my code. You get 10% off. Those are pretty cheap bags. And then I get most of my other supplies right off Amazon. I have Prime membership, so I get free shipping on all that stuff. Can anybody tell me what's the character tab for? The character tab. Oh, for eBay, don't worry about filling that out. That's stupid. Don't fill that out. Just don't worry about it. Someone asked about bed bugs. No, you don't have to worry about bed bugs. So here's the thing about bed bugs. I get that from a lot of like trolls on Facebook. Like, hey, aren't you worried about going to the thrift store and bringing bed bugs home? Bed bugs usually don't stay in clothing. They want to be in a dark, secluded place that's like still. That's why they like beds. That's why they're called bed bugs. As soon as you start moving a garment around, bed bugs are going to fall out. So as soon as that item gets put on a rack, you don't have to worry about it. If you went to something like a rag house or something like that, where all the clothes are kind of sitting on the floor, then that's probably when you got to worry about bed bugs. But as soon as an item gets put on a rack, all the bed bugs will scurry away. So you don't really have to worry about that with clothes. We're going to find the light box. That's also linked in my link tree. If you go to my pin post, go to the products we use on a daily basis. Both of these light boxes are linked there. How many items did you start with when you first began? As many as I could list. I think I started in September, and by the end of December, I think I probably had like 150 items listed. So in 3 months, I listed 150 items. Yeah, don't worry about the character tab. I always skip that one. I don't even know why eBay has that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think I got everybody. Again, if you guys have any last minute questions, drop them in the chat. We just finished taking photos, so if you're just popping in and you want to rewatch the photo process, feel free to watch from the beginning. As soon as I post this on YouTube, you can go back and watch it. And as soon as I end the live, it'll be available on Facebook. I think you can actually go backwards on Facebook and rewatch the beginning too. For Mercari, do you pay your own shipping? No, I do Mercari shipping, but I haven't actually cross-posted to Mercari in a month. I stopped listing on Mercari in the beginning of this year simply because I wasn't getting enough sales on Mercari to make it make sense to list there anymore. So I just completely stopped. I'm just keeping everything that's currently listed on Mercari. I had 4 sales this weekend though, so it's making me rethink. Maybe I should try it one more time. But once Auto Posture or Nifty puts in Whatnot cross listing, which should happen hopefully soon. She's working with Whatnot right now, but as soon as she gets that available, I'm actually going to cut Mercari and Depop completely, and I'm just going to do eBay, Poshmark, and Whatnot. So she finished potty training. No, that boy will not poop in the potty. He is scared to poop on the potty. So we're currently trying. He went on the toilet yesterday and he let out a toot. So that was progress. He's tooting on the potty. So hopefully soon. Appreciate you, Xavier. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. Again, next time we do this, hopefully I'll be able to get this set up. I'm probably gonna try to do these on Mondays because I think that's the best day for me. Weekends probably won't happen because we do Whatnot shows on the weekend. Oh, by the way, we have a Whatnot show Friday and Saturday this week, so go bookmark both of those. I'm gonna be clearing out a lot of inventory that I have sitting in here because once we get the new tag stuff here, I'm gonna need more space. So we're gonna have like a blowout Whatnot show. It's gonna have really good stuff. We have like jackets and jackets and jackets ready to go. So bookmark Friday show, bookmark Saturday show. Saturday has some consignment in it too. So we have some really good items for Saturday. And if you haven't signed up for Whatnot, there's a link in my bio. You get $15 spent absolutely free on Whatnot. So click that link. And yeah, I just set up that show right before this live. I can't get any sales on Whatnot. Key to Whatnot is bringing over an audience. So if you don't have a way to bring an audience over, and then just be consistent and bring good inventory and do higher starts. That's how you get Whatnot to start rolling. Yeah, I don't like Depop either. People make too many offers there and don't pay. So, all right, appreciate you guys hanging out. And I probably won't do a live tomorrow morning because we're gonna go sourcing tomorrow. So the next time you guys will catch me live will be Thursday, live thrifting. Thursday at like 9 in the morning. So catch me then. I clicked Jared's comment.